Okay, so today we are going to be doing a Pitta balancing practice. I'm going to go over what you need for practice today. We are going to be doing some opening into our lateral body, right? The seat of Pitta is our stomach and intestines. And then we are also going to be doing some twisting, some gentle twisting to get into that area. Pitta is fire and water. So we want to cool Pitta down because Pitta is really hot and fiery. So we're going to bring in some yin, some cooling movement, and we're going to move nice and slow with the breath. So I have a few options here. If you have a bolster, that is amazing. Mine is on order. It hasn't come in yet. And my other ones aren't here. A few pillows can be really good for when we come into some lateral opening. And I have a little chip foam block that I'm going to use to sit on. You can also use a blanket. So a blanket might be really helpful. And then something to roll your feet out with. I'm using a ball today. And then a block. We are going to be coming into triangle, Trichonasana, and then reverse as well, doing a little bit of a twist when we come up. So a block is going to be helpful for that. Okay. Let's start in seated. So coming either cross-legged or if you prefer on your knees with the block and Virasana. Soften your shoulders, gently close your eyes, and then take a moment here to connect into your body. Notice if there's anywhere that you can soften a little more, settle a little more. And then start to notice your breath. Your inhale. And your exhale. And today we're going to focus on a lengthened exhale to calm and cool. So nice, slow, subtle inhale. And then as you exhale, let the exhale become longer than your inhale. You need to count. That is a practice that can sometimes help. Maybe doing like a count of 4 for your inhale and a count of 6 for your exhale. I'm going to place hands over the heart here, setting an intention for our practice. You can repeat your sankalpa here if you like. And I'm going to say a mantra for today. I am calm, clear, and centered. I am calm, clear, and centered. I am calm, clear, and centered. And let's gently release that. And then start to invite a little bit of movement from side to side. So let the body gently move from one side to the other. The head and neck may want to join in this movement. Try to let this movement become fluid. And then as you move to one side, we're going to root the arm down. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, little lateral stretch here. Breathing right into the side body. Hands going to come to the back of the head. Inhale to look up. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Move with your breath. Inhale up and exhale. Last one. The next time you come up, let's transition over to the other side. Arm comes up on the inhale and then exhale to gently reach it over. Hands going to come to the back of the head. Inhale to look up and then exhale, little rotation. Moving with your breath. Last one. Come up through center. This time we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, clasp your hands, turn your palms up to the ceiling, soften your shoulders, and then gently look up towards your hands. Bring the hands to one side. Exhale, inhale back through center, other side. Inhale back through center. From here, we're going to inhale, look up, and then as you exhale, bring your hands forward, soften your shoulders, a little rounding in the back. Inhale, exhale. We're doing 4 of these. Last one. Release your hand, give your fingers a little flick out, little roll in the wrists, and then we'll come into a twist. So soften your shoulders, exhaling to one side. Inhale back through center, exhale to the other side. Inhale back through center. Soften your shoulders. Take a moment, you're going to close your eyes again. The eyes are also a seat of Pitta, so take a moment to check in. Can you soften your eyes a little more? Softening the socket, the eye, all around the eye, your forehead. And then gently bringing one ear to one shoulder for a neck stretch. See if you can keep the eyes closed and soft. Chin comes down towards the chest. And to the other side, ear to shoulder. Down towards the chest one more time. And then back up through center. So from there, we're going to come off of that and make our way onto our backs. So take your time, coming all the way onto your back. You're going to reach your arms, your legs out, give your whole body a stretch. Then we're going to extend through the right side. So reach your right arm, your left leg. And then the other side. And then extend both. Gently bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, little rock. Hands can come onto the knees. Few little circles. And then a few circles in the opposite direction. We're going to draw the right leg in, extend your left leg, coming into wind relieving pose. Give that leg a little hug and then a little squeeze and maybe even a little rock from side to side. Supporting that leg, you're going to bring it out to the side for a groin stretch. Option to look up towards the ceiling or in the opposite direction. Gently come back through center. Bring the leg across your body for a twist. Soften your shoulders and then maybe looking in the opposite direction. Gently come back through center. We're going to draw the other leg in. Left leg comes in, extend your right leg. Give that leg a little bit of a squeeze and hug. This is super great for our digestive system, as well as the hips. And then gently bring that leg out to the side for a groin stretch. Nice, slow, steady breath. And come back through center. The leg's going to come across your body for a twist. So option to look up towards the ceiling or in the opposite direction. And then slowly come back through center. Gonna bend both of your legs, root your feet down, and then as you exhale, press your hips up for bridge. Pause here. Nice, slow, steady breath into the belly, maybe even placing hands on the belly. We're gonna slowly lower down, little dip, and then exhale to press up. Allow this movement to be slow and fluid. Last one. Come all the way down. Bring your feet out a little bit wider, cactus your arms. Let the legs move from side to side. Come back through center, roll to your side, press yourself up, and transition to hands and knees. And start to move the hips from side to side, a little bit of lateral movement. Maybe some circles, and then we're going to move into some cat-cow. So inhale and exhale, pressing into the earth. Moving with your breath. Inhale and exhale. The next time you exhale, you're going to curl your toes under, root into the earth, press yourself back into downward facing dog. And start to pedal your feet out. So gently bending one leg and the other. Maybe even rocking up onto your toes. We come into a nice slow flow. Inhale forward into plank, lowering the knees. And then from here, come all the way back into child's pose. Soften your shoulders. Slow, steady breath. Gently breathing into your back body. Walk your hands to one side of your mat. Taking a nice full breath there. Back through center to the other side. And coming back through center. Rest yourself up into tabletop. And then from here, we're going to step our right foot forward. So this is a great time to use your block. Arm can come right onto your thigh. And we're going to invite a little bit of movement into the hips. So inhale to come forward and then exhale back. You want to move with your breath. And then coming into low lunge. So the knee is over top of the ankle. Gently reach your arms up, soften your shoulders. Maybe looking in between the hands. And then a gentle twist here. So open to one side, exhale. Inhale back through center. And then exhale. Inhale back through center. We're going to come into one more twist. Option to bring the hands to the heart. Coming to that outside front leg. Or you can stay up and just have your hands to the outside of the leg. So you're going to choose. Slowly start to come back through center. Find your block again. Exhale into a half split. So start to draw that front hip back. Toes can move up towards the ceiling. And then slowly start to come forward. We're going to take that front leg and bring it out to the side. So I'm standing here. My one foot is pointing in this direction. My other one is behind. Arm's going to be on the leg. Other arm can come up. We're going to reach up and then come back. So it's just a little bit of gentle movement, getting into the groin. The next time you come up, we're going to come into gate pose. Find your block again. That leg is going to extend out, moving my block. Arm can come up, and then gently reach it over to the side. Come back through center, all the way to hands and knees. Give your hips a little movement, little cat-cow. Come into child's pose, take a few breaths in child's pose, and we'll do the other side. On your next inhale, start to bring yourself up. This time, left foot is going to come forward and start to invite that movement. Inhale forward and exhale back. Nice and slow, moving with your breath. And if the knee feels like it needs more support, put a blanket underneath the back knee. The next time you come forward, you're going to pause here. So knees over top of the ankle. Gently reach the arms up, soften into your shoulders, maybe even looking up. Exhale to one side. Inhale. And then exhale to the other side. Inhale back through center. We're going to come into that twist. So again, you choose. Maybe you want to bring your arms together, or maybe you want to stay up a little bit and have your hands onto the outside of your thigh. Slowly bring yourself back through center and then exhale into a half split. So start to bring your hips back, toes up towards the ceiling. If you have two blocks, that can work nicely too. I think most people just have one, so I often will practice with just one. And then inhale to come up. Bring that leg out a little bit more to the side. Arm can be on your leg. And then inhale, gently extend that arm, and then exhale to cactus it. So you can have your forearm or your hand. Last one. Come all the way back. Find your block. You're going to extend that leg out. Reach the arm up over to the other side into gate pose. And come all the way back through center. Both your hands can come down. Bring that leg back. Give your hips a little wiggle, little movement. And then start to bring yourself into downward facing dog. Curl your toes under. Give your head a little shake. Walking your hands and your feet together. Maybe take a nice cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Breathe it out through the mouth. Let it go. We're going to walk our hands over towards the right foot. Rooting your left hand down either on the ground or a block. And then extend your right arm up. Take that hand, bring it all the way down. Start to walk towards the left foot. Right hand's going to root either into the earth or a block. And extend your other arm up. Take that hand down. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle, little movement. We're going to inhale, come all the way up into standing, and then exhale to your heart space. I think my head is a little bit cut off. Just give me a moment. Usually that's the perfect. There. Okay, so I'm just going to move these out of the way right now. Perfect, so I have more space. So take a nice big wide stance. We're going to turn our right foot forward. Block is close by. Soften your shoulders. Reach your arms up. Warrior two. We're going to straighten the front leg, straighten the arms. Inhale, and then exhale. Moving with your breath. The next time you come down, we're going to do that with the exploration of triangle. So gently start to straighten that front leg, and then hinge. Inhale to come up. Doesn't need to be very large movement. You want to use your core. 3 of those. And then find your block. Extend the top arm up, right into triangle, Trichonasana. Slow, steady breath. You're going to bend the front leg. Inhale, come up, bring the block with you. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale all the way back into warrior two. From here, you're going to take the back foot, turn it forward. So you're coming into more of a warrior one. Give yourself enough space. We're going to come into reverse triangle. Block is going to come into the opposite hand now. We're going to extend that arm forward. You have a few different options. You can place the block to the inside of the foot or the outside. I'm going to demonstrate it sideways. Here we go. I even like to place my block a little bit more forward for my body and on the inside of my foot. So from there, I'm going to slowly start to reach that top arm up, rooting into the back leg. Gently take that top hand all the way down, and we're coming into pyramid pose. So again, soften the shoulders, nice long spine, few breaths here. Slow, steady breath. And gently take that back leg forward into a forward fold. You may want to come all the way down, rooting into the earth. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale to your heart space. Pause here, taking a breath. We're going to move to the other side. So come into a nice wide stance. Block's going to be towards your left foot. We're going to turn the left foot, coming into warrior two, lining up the heel with the back arch. Bring the arms out, looking towards that front hand. Straightening the leg and arms. Inhale. And exhale. Move with your breath. Allow the movement to be nice and slow and fluid. Last one. From here, we're going to straighten that front leg. There can be a little micro bend, and then hinge into triangle. Come up. 3 of these. Again, moving with your breath. This time you're going to come down, find your block. You may even want 2 blocks. So you have a little bit more height. Soften that top shoulder. Reach the fingers up. Nice, slow, steady breath here. From here, we're going to bend the front leg. Inhale, come up, bring your block with you. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, coming back. Take that back foot, turn it forward. So you're in warrior one stance, warrior one legs. Block's going to transition to the other arm. We're coming into reverse Trichonasana. Stand that arm forward, placing it either to the inside of the foot, which is a little bit more of a gentle twist, or the outside of the foot. I like to even place my block a little bit more forward. Root down, arms going to come up. That front hip, it often wants to reach out the side. See if you can draw it back a little bit. Take that top arm, bring it down, coming right into pyramid pose. So both your hands are on your block, soften your shoulders, and then nice long spine. And take your back foot, step it forward into forward fold. Maybe you want to come all the way down, maybe a little movement into your hips, your shoulders. We're going to root down, inhale, rise all the way up. And then exhale to your heart. Pausing here. Take a breath here. Let your hands come down. And just notice your mind, body, breath. Let's roll our feet. So grabbing whatever you're deciding to roll your feet with. And then it doesn't matter what side you start with. Little bits of pressure. Heel all the way into the toes. And then when you feel complete with the one side, come off, pause, take a moment again to notice your feet connected, rooted into the earth. And then start to roll your other foot. Toes all the way into the heel. I love to spend a little bit more time in the center of the foot. And then when that feels complete, let's come off. We're going to make our way down. So take your time to come all the way down to your mat. If you want to do a flow, you can do a flow. I want to do a few side stretches here. So we're going to do more of a restorative few poses. So let's take a moment to set ourselves up. I think I'm just going to use this. So you may want to use a few pillows or a rolled up blanket or bolster. And then that's going to come right about where your waist and ribs are. So you want your hips on the ground. Soften into your shoulders. Your top leg can come down. You might need to give a little adjustment. And then see if you can soften into this. Inviting your breath into the top part of your body. So that lateral breath into the ribs and intercostals. And if it feels like the breath is restricted in any way, you might need to go a little bit lower. It might feel like it's too high for you. While you're here, see if you can soften into your forehead and jaw. Maybe even closing the eyes for the last few postures. Letting everything go. Take 3 more breaths on this side. And then as you slowly transition out, take your time. You might need to use your hands, gently press yourself up. We're going to come onto the belly. So I'm taking my, I don't even know what this is called, my yoga prop, and I'm going to place it, so your blanket or your pillow, you're going to place it so it can be right under your lower belly and your mid, kind of all the way up into the ribs. And then let your body come completely onto it. It's also on my hips, like my lower hips. My hands are supporting my head. And then nice, slow, steady breath here. Breathing into the belly, allowing the belly to soften. Allowing the belly to settle and let go. Your feet can be as wide apart as feels comfortable. If you have any tension in your back, bringing the feet apart a little bit sometimes can help. 3 more breaths here. And then slowly start to bring yourself up. I'm coming back into a child's pose and just taking a breath there. Nice full breath into the back body. And then we're going to do the other side. So you can just flip to the other side if you like, but I'm going to move so you can see me. So putting your prop right, so it's underneath your ribs and your belly. You want to give yourself enough room so your arms can straighten out. I like my head, so it's resting on my arm. And then if it feels okay, letting that top leg straighten, try to soften into this. Slow, steady breath here. We'll take 3 more breaths on this side. And then slowly start to bring yourself up. We're going to come into our last pose. So I'm just going to bring my prop to the side. Bring yourself onto your back. Our last pose before Shavasana. Notice if you need any little movement on your back. And then you're going to take your prop. So option this time to use a block if you like, a little bit more stability with it. We're going to come into supported bridge. So lifting the hips up, placing your prop underneath your sacrum. Letting the belly soften. Maybe even placing hands onto the belly. A little bit of weight of the hands can invite a little bit more softness in the belly. Coming into a nice full, slow belly breath. If you want to go a little deeper, you can straighten your legs. You may even want to reach your arms overhead. Nice, slow, rhythmic breath. And 3 more breaths here. And then we're going to slowly come out of that. So you can bend the legs if they're straight. If they're already bent, perfect. Root down, lift your hips up. You can remove whatever prop you have underneath. Lower your hips down. Bring your feet out a little bit wider. Cactusing your arms. Moving through 1 more round of windshield wiper legs. So letting the legs move back and forth. When you come to one side, see if you can pause there for a full breath. Coming to the other side for a full breath. And then back into center, bringing yourself into Shavasana. So you may want to lay flat on your back, maybe in more of a constructive rest, like I'm demonstrating with the legs bent. Maybe you want to place your legs on a chair or up the wall. Maybe you even want to come into more of a cobbler pose. So the feet are together and the legs are out to the side. Just checking in with what posture will feel nourishing for your body today. And gently closing your eyes. Drawing your attention interoceptively into your body, into your breath. Allowing the exhale to lengthen and grow softer. And with each exhale, allow your body to sink, settle, surrender a little bit deeper into the earth beneath you, a little bit deeper into your mat. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, inviting movement back into the body. And start to rub your hands, creating some warmth and energy in your hands. And then gently place your hands anywhere on your body that is speaking to you in this moment, sealing your practice off. Maybe repeating your sankalpa or the mantra I created for practice. I am calm, clear, and centered. Allowing the words to sink and settle into your body. And then slowly remove your hands, inviting some more movement in. Whatever that looks like in your body. And then slowly take your time to bring yourself up into seated, no rush, and we'll end our practice together. Hands can either be on the legs, or you can bring them together in Anjali Mudra at your heart space. Gently bowing head towards heart, connecting qualities of the mind with the qualities of our hearts. Love, compassion, forgiveness, gratitude, and acceptance. Knowing that we are whole and complete exactly as we are, honoring the love and light that resides within each one of us. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for practicing, sharing your energy, and have a fabulous day.